Porn photographers, what is the most awkward moment you had? What do you feel when you film? How is your job generally? I was in AA when I was 19 and I learned that my then sponsor directed porn. Being an ambitious young man, I inquired about any job openings as an actor. He just shook his head and said, "You don't actually want to do porn. It smells bad." My uncle's best mate used to have his own photography business. He stopped about 8 years ago. He always mentioned a story where a woman approached him and asked him to take photos of her so she could give the album to her husband for his birthday. Fully naked pictures of her using sex toys and so on. Anyway, she'd apparently been using a dildo on her ass and she was around 2 hours into the shoot. She finished with the dildo and was spreading her cheeks when a little nugget of poo came sliding out, which just so happened to be caught on camera with her showing a face of absolute horror. She got changed and left and paid for the pictures several weeks later, except the one of the Great Escape. I never did see those pictures, so can't say for certain. If you play in shit's house, don't be surprised when he shows up. Relevant username. I guess they get bored sometimes and fall asleep mid-shoot. U2.B. This is a video of day with a porn star featuring Veronica Vane. 2:36. You can see the guy sleeping casually lol. Can someone link the video of the camera operator eating a donut while filming a scene? That was what first came to my mind. www.pornhub.com viewvideo.php. View key 5D5240C815 AUTUB. I don't know how I've never seen this, that was ducking great. I love the music added to it lol. I'm a photographer who has on a few occasions taken photos of porn, usually for friends who have OnlyFans, but my story is from before I did so. A model reached out for me for a shoot, we chatted normally and talked out some minor details. Nothing explicit, just a bit of topless stuff. Mind you, I didn't know her at all, she was a random person who reached out on Instagram. She texts me and tells me that we are going to FaceTime. At 12 a.m. I insist that we can talk tomorrow, and that I'm already in bed, and she persists that it's fine. I hate FaceTiming, especially with people I don't know, especially at midnight when I'm already cozy in bed. She calls me and is in the middle of taking a piss completely nude and drunk off her ass. I was taken aback and told her we can just talk tomorrow. She gets upset and says that we need to talk now so she can show me her body and her tattoos. She says this as she's wiping up. I was super skeeved out and hung up. Needless to say, I did not feel comfortable doing a photo shoot with her and I ghosted. Sounds like you missed out, she seems a charmer. I was the model for an ACT outdoor shoot and was posing on a pretty big boulder. Felt a tickling on my ass, looking there and there was this lizard just chilling on my butt. Was so surprised I almost jumped off the rock. The photographer was very amused. I also learned that rock climbing naked is a lot of fun. That's not my boulder. Why is it software's my boulder? Confused lizard noises. That lizard probably, but seriously, I'm glad you had fun and got the shots you needed to. I also want to try naked rock climbing now. There was an AMA on this a while back, you may be able to find something there. I believe the cameraman was doing VR porn at the time or something related to that. This probably. I read a different one, but that link works. The one I'm thinking of, the guy was a cameraman on set. I think his proof involved a short bit where one of the camera fed the dude a cream donut while he was still banging the girl or something. It was kind of funny. The gif of that was posted somewhere on Reddit like a week or two ago. Camera dude starts eating a donut and offers the performer a bite and the girl is just looking at him in shock. Edit, found it. Top comment in that thread was my absolute first thought. That dude took a bite of that donut with more sensuality than I've ever done with anything. I like how the camera dude kinda does an eyebrow thing like, you wanna get in on some of this. And then the way dude takes the bite. Dude I went to university when had a job working as cameraman for some sleazy Euro porn guy in the 90s. This was long before porn was easily available on the internet. This guy had multiple times he was hit with cum by accident. So lots of perks is what you're saying. Jerks. Add a serious tag cause I want actual answers. I had to shoot the ugliest couple I have ever seen. Woman looked like a 6-foot ogre and man looked like a tiny Harry Potter with a soul patch. They had zero chemistry and she kept looking at his junk and trying to make this sultry face, but it looked like she was confused and disgusted by it. They also insisted on shooting in the hot tub, but she was the exact same color as the stucco behind it. That last line has me cracking up. Backlight. We need some backlighting in here. Actually, let's just turn all the lights off. It's okay, it's artistic. Not photographer here, but cinematographer. When I was at the beginning of my career, I accepted a proposal to work on a hard movie. After the second day of filming, the director approached me and told me, "It's clear you are a good cinematographer. I love how you manage the skin tones and mood. Just one thing. In this industry, it's not only the face that we want lit correctly. It's the nutsack, right? I don't shoot porn or even erotic, but I am a photographer who shoots a lot of art nudes, and my models range from first-time models who only shoot fully clothed to people who shoot porn. Before every shoot, I give the model a safety talk, in which I say that I won't touch them, that I'll show them every shot I take, and tell them that if anything is making them uncomfortable, I want them to speak up. I once had a model interrupt that talk to say my job is mainly shooting bondage and fetish porn. There is nothing that you're going to say or do that will make me uncomfortable. That felt awkward to me. I thought about it for a second and told her that I did not care what she did at other times. I was going to treat her like I treated every other model, and then I went on with my model safety talk. I have to admit that I am always a bit nervous working with a model who is new to me. Her saying that actually made me relax a bit during the shoot. I'm glad you continued your safety talk. It's not just for the model, but also for yourself, so you know that they know how you work and you, yourself, can feel more safe with them. Well, there's that one video of the cameraman that got hit with some of the money shot in the face by complete accident. A. This was my first thought. B. I believe it was from a movie sketch. What movie? I want to see the money shot. Pulp Fiction. It's the scene where John Travolta's talking to the black guy riding in the back of the car. I was filming a scene with two girls ducking. It's not uncommon at all to kneel, sit, lay on the bed to get better shots. One girl ended up squirting more than I've seen in my 30 years as a lesbian, and it went all over me. Not only that, but I had to stay laying in the puddle for a few minutes before I could switch angles. I thought you had to bleed for your art, not soak. I've met quite a lot of people in the industry in Japan, but one guy, a still photographer, really sticks out. Super creepy dude from Northern Europe, got his kicks showing random people at the bar I was working at his work. It was a bit funny with regulars, but you could tell it made a lot of people uncomfortable after a while. His shit was niche as hell though, so most people probably didn't know what they were shown given a quick glance. As far as hearing how he liked the work, it seems like a lot of his work was so niche it didn't really hit him in a sexual way, but judging from his actions and way of speaking around others, I'm sure there was more to him than I could see at the time. What's the niche? All over the place, but one of the ones that stuck out was lesbian scenes shot in infrared or something like that. Edit, should clarify, it was more how he framed and captured his subjects that was niche than the subjects themselves. He probably went to an expensive film school. Who gave him a wholesome award? XD. Worked on a set as security and observed that basically time is money. They want to get specific things on film and, at this time, photographed. That tension if things are not going smoothly or perfectly is not attractive. Production staff are simply trying to achieve all the goals and ensure they check everything off their list, and one inability to deliver causes them a lot of stress. Not a photographer, but I worked for an adult company and have been on multiple gay and hetero video sets. There is more poop and blood on a porn set than you think. Also a fair amount of vomit. I was once on set for a scene that involved faking accidental anal. So much poop. Then after the performer used the bathroom for an hour of douching, the scene continued. Every few minutes a cameraman or sound guy would wipe blood from the dude's dick. They weren't willing to halt filming because they had a tight schedule and the empty mansion they were filming in had a real estate appointment meeting in it that night. Jesus, hope they have good health insurance because bleeding anus can't be good.